Good day, my plant foldies. This is Richie at Grow Folds, and today will be big box store plant shopping at the Lowe's out in West Plano, Texas. It is a beautiful Tuesday morning when I actually film this. As always, please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. It definitely helps push this content out to more plant lovers like yourself. And to also follow me on Instagram at Grow Folds. That is the fastest and most direct way to get in touch with me. I'd love to connect with you guys. And if you have any questions about the plants that I feature for my plant shopping excursions, definitely send me a direct message. But as you can see right here, it is a beautiful morning. I woke up around 5:30 in the morning to go drive down to West Plano, Texas. For those that are new to the channel, I call my viewers and subscribers plant foldies. My name is Richie and I do daily 1-hour plant shopping videos, and I felt very productive on Tuesday because I woke up early so I could start filming lots of plant videos, plant content for all of the plant foldies on this channel. You can see it is a beautiful morning, and the mornings are my favorite time of the day. And so we're going to be seeing a lot of interesting plants that I came across while filming and shopping on Tuesday. So stay tuned for all of the plant finds. I'll show you some of the outdoor plants, but mostly indoor plants for this particular episode. And you know, as far as Lowe's, they have been coming out with a lot of new plants, and for me it's all about just sourcing out many different types of plants, whether it's indoor tropical plants or outdoor plants. To me, it doesn't really matter as long as you have the time and space to take care of the plants. I tend to just go overboard and buy as many plants as possible. If you haven't already seen my Green Spaces ID rare unboxing video of all these Aglaonema, definitely check that out. I just premiered it not too long ago, and it is in my playlist and video sections. But morning times, can we talk about how it is just a lot more peaceful whenever you are up early in the morning? I just feel like whenever you are up in the morning early, it is just super productive. But this is a particular Lowe's location that I like to visit because they tend to be super full and they have a huge selection of plants that we're going to be seeing in the next hour-long video that I have for you. I'm going to be touching base on some of the philodendrons that you won't see typically at most big box stores, but they have been making appearances at this particular Lowe's location. So definitely stay tuned till the very end of this video to see some of the plants that I happen to find and whether I will end up buying a plant. I've been really good about not buying plants.
Hey guys, I'm Janae from Janae Simone.
I'm Steve from I Live Plants.
And I am Richie from Grow Folds, and we are
Cultivation Corner. We are so excited. We have a plant podcast. We talk about any and everything, all things plants, and we premiere every Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube at cultivation_corner. So be sure to tune in and watch us.
Follow us also on Instagram, and be sure to share our videos and our episodes with all of you plant lovers. We need more cultivators, right,
Yes.
Steve?
Yes, we do. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna share the video.
You have
what
to.
you're
You
gonna do.
have to. Today. All right, guys.
Today.
We'll see you on the next one.
All right.
And plant foldies, you already know that I have to plug my co-mates for Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast, Janae Simone and Steven of I Live Plants. I miss working with them. Season 2 finished, and so we are going to be filming season 3 Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast. So plant foldies that have not subscribed to the channel, my question is, why haven't you? We only have about 600 subscribers, but there are about 12,500 plant foldies, and I'm so thankful you guys chose to hit the subscribe button on my channel. But I would love for you guys to also go over to the Cultivation Corner Plant Podcast, do a YouTube search, leave in the comment section that you are a plant foldie. So anyways, let me get out of the commercials because I know some of the folks have left feedback about how I'm too commercial. So let's get into the actual plants. So you'll see that a lot of the big box stores like Lowe's will feature a lot of these Bonnie plants for sale, and you can see that they even have a raised bed kit that you can create in your backyard space. I happen to have some vegetables growing, predominantly peppers and tomatoes. And I think outdoor gardening, vegetable gardening is definitely in season. You know, when you think about sustainable ways to get food, growing your own food is the best way. And I feel like cost effective wise, it doesn't cost as much. And if it does cost a little bit more than say going grocery store shopping for your vegetables and herbs, I say at least you know that whatever you are watering your plants, whatever source you are growing these plants in, you know 150% what vegetables you are growing and whether they have chemicals and pesticides. You know, that's for me the joy of, I guess, growing plants outdoors, especially vegetable gardening. It reminds me of my grandmother when I was growing up. She always grew so many different vegetables. And whenever we would make Filipino dishes, you know, I am Filipino American. And the thing about it is, in the Philippines, for instance, you don't really buy your vegetables at a grocery store. You go to an open market where those vegetables have been freshly picked. It just reminds me of my childhood with my grandmother just growing so many fresh vegetables. And I will say, freshly grown tomatoes are the best. Any type of vegetables that are freshly grown are the best. I mean, feel free to leave in the comments section, Plant Foldies, what you think about outdoor gardening, especially for vegetables. I think it is the best and most cost-effective way to get food sources. But you can see right over here, Plant Foldies, we have so many varieties and selection, and there are Lowe's deals. There are many ways to save money when you are shopping at Lowe's. And to me, I don't mind purchasing already grown vegetable plants versus starting them from seed. It kind of gives you a head start. So that's just my blurb about vegetable gardening. Hopefully the Plant Foldie community has also started growing vegetables. And then I did want to pan over how beautiful these roses are. These are knockout roses, and you can see that the sun hasn't even fully risen yet. And just the lighting, the gentle lighting of morning sun is absolutely amazing. For me, it is all about soaking in the moment. You know, whenever I wake up in the morning, I am just super thankful that I have my health, I have my family, my friends, my career, and especially I have a community of kind Plant Foldies. And that's the thing about our community, Plant Foldies. You guys make this YouTube channel. And what I say about you make this YouTube channel, it's because you guys invest in all of that time to interact with each other on the live premiere chats. And I have to say, the amount of kindness, random acts of kindness is what I'm trying to say, is just impeccable with the community. I did want to shout out David for getting 15 random Plant Foldies to be able to enjoy the YouTube membership tier, the Super Plant Foldies. Thank you so much, David, again. I know that you're trying to assign certain Plant Foldies that have not made it to the YouTube membership tier. Again, for those that are interested, and I'm going to put this out there, please consider joining my YouTube membership tier. It is only for $2.99, and you get full access to a lot of my personal plants, my lifestyle blogs, anything that is not necessarily within the niche of big box or plant shopping. I may even just do my face reveal on my YouTube membership tier. If you are interested, just press the link in the comments section that is pinned to join, or if you are watching this on a computer, you will see the join button next to, I think, the thumbs up button. So definitely check that out. And now we're going to be actually going into this Lowe's location. So a little insight about this Lowe's location. I have been shopping for indoor tropical plants at this Lowe's location for a good 6-7 years, and they continue to just have very consistent merchandising when it comes to the plants. And to me, whenever you're going big box store plant shopping, that's what's super important. It's to be able to go into a location and have the items merchandised, organized, neat, and clutter-free. I can just say, for anybody that is a consumer, for anybody that goes to big box stores like Walmart, Home Depot, Lowe's, target. You want your space to be organized. And I will say this particular Lowe's does a phenomenal job when it comes to the organization. And what I love about it is it's in a separate, almost like greenhouse space where they have wide open windows. And you already know these plants are getting the best lighting because of the large windows. And so for me, I love filming at this location as well because they have such good lighting. It is still super early in the morning. I was actually filming around 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the morning. And so there weren't even anybody shopping here. I oftentimes feel somewhat awkward walking around a big box store and filming. I try not to be intrusive, invasive with other people's spaces, but more so, I don't want to come off being like suspicious because there's some random person filming all of these plants and just picking up plants. So that's why I totally get it if an employee may ask, what am I doing? Whenever I am approached by an employee, which has only happened really 3 times in the 1.5-year span, I've only been asked to stop filming twice, which I respectively, agreed to. But, for me, it is all about trying to get this content out here. And at the end of the day, as long as I feel like I'm not invading anybody's privacy, I don't get people in the videos, I don't ask questions from the employees, I literally mind my own business, I think it's totally worth it for the plant foldy community. But yes, it is such a beautiful place here. And you can see right off the bat, we have a Ficus elastica right here. This one is the Shivriana. $15.98 in a self-watering planter by Costa Farms. And I will talk about Costa Farms again because they have just been coming out with so many beautiful plants. And to me, Costa Farms just makes it readily available for us to get plants at a cost-effective price. I know that some people may not always want to buy at a big box store because some people feel that buying big box store plants kind of takes away from local small businesses. My message again is it's okay to buy plants at a big box store. It is okay to look for cost-effective plant pricing. That is what makes businesses run. And to me, you are entitled to shop locally, support small businesses, local businesses, shop online, hence even buy plants from overseas. I say always just look to diversify where you get your plant sources. I think that is the best method because then you'll find more diverse plants, you will find more readily available plants and plants at a good price. So let's just continue to walk around here, plant foldies. I'll pick up a couple of plants. Feel free to leave in the comment section what you think, what plants you would buy. And if you have any questions about the care tips for these plants or any plants that you think I could recommend for an easy to care for plant, leave that in the comment section below. But for now, I'm just going to walk around and pick up some plants and take you shopping with me. And plant foldies, you already know this is a big box store plant shopping video from Growfold, myself. And when you see an Aglaonema red Siam, this is another Costa Farms plant, $15.98. I love the fact that it's in the self-watering planter. This is such a beautiful plant. I love the pink stems, and Aglaonemas are starting to get a little bit more popularity because our plant foldy community has used the hashtag popularize Aglaonema. If you're watching this video for the first time, I would highly recommend getting this plant. It is an easy care plant. It's one that can tolerate lower light conditions, and it's also drought tolerant. It's also budget friendly and cost effective. So there's just so many great things happening with the Aglaonema red Siam. Please buy one. I'm asking you guys, if you are watching this video, if you've been following my YouTube channel for more than a year and you don't have an Aglaonema red Siam, let's buy one today. And you can see that Costa Farms has Texas has a lot of these different plants. We've got Phytonias and different types of philodendrons. And that is such a fun thing to do whenever you are going big box store plant shopping. You can just practice mindfulness and feel like you don't necessarily have to buy the plants. All you have to do is just walk around and enjoy the plants at a big box store. There are a couple of viewers and subscribers that have mentioned to me that they've actually tried that and it was really rewarding. So I really appreciate those that actually listen to my commentary and my insights. I know I'm a little chatty. I know I can be repetitive. I know that I can even be cringy, but you guys have really accepted me for my most authentic self. And I just feel comfortable being able to talk to you guys for in an hour straight about plants and anything else that is related to plant content. You can see over here, plant foldies, another type of Syndapsis by Costa Farms. And this is another exotic angel plant by Costa Farms. I'm really curious if you guys have acquired a lot of Costa Farms plants. There are a couple of Costa Farms plants that I would like to acquire. Mainly their Aglaonema that they need to re-release. I saw on their website on costafarms.com, they had so many other Aglaonemas, and I hope that they cycle through and release some. I really do think that for big nurseries like Costa Farms, also even Live Trends Designs, them actually investing in a plant that's not as readily available is really going to create a trend. I mean, feel free to leave in the comments, again, plant foldies, if you have any insights about that. There are many viewers that actually take the time to leave comments, and I do appreciate that. I read through each and every one of them. My phone gets notifications whenever you guys leave comments, and so that means I will be able to respond to any of your questions or even plant insights. And I love just going here and picking up these plants. You can see this is another Epipremnum aureum. This one I believe is a jade pothos for $16.95. Live Trends Design. And it's no secret, I love Live Trends Design aesthetics. It's that modern contemporary vibe that I get. I like simplistic planters, and I've explained this before. There is something to be said about simplicity, whether it's a minimalistic look that you're going for, but for me, it's the planter just being simple. That way it highlights the plant and it's not really fighting the planter in its design. That's just my personal aesthetic. Now, there are some people that really love character in their planters, and I applaud you guys for that. I just happen to be more on the simplistic sense. Somebody had asked why I was using a lot of terracotta planters for a lot of my Aglaonemas. The reason being is terracotta planters, if you didn't know, can actually reduce overwatering, because terracotta planters don't hold nearly as much moisture. It actually absorbs the moisture versus, say, a plastic planter. So that's the reason why I'm using it for my Aglaonemas. And then you can see over here in the corners, we've got a Spathiphyllum or a peace lily, and you can see that is the price, $19.98 by Live Trends Design. And even though there is a little bit of a bevel and texture to the actual planter, I love how the shape is still simplistic. It's very elegant, and kudos to the Live Trends Design team. There is a lot of thought process whenever they present plants, and also whenever they present plants with such beautiful modern aesthetics. So we're just gonna keep picking up plants here. Now, as far as Spathiphyllum or peace lilies, they are very thirsty plants, so you have to water these consistently. They will definitely let you know if they are in need of water. I do love the green foliage. We talk about plants that are just green. Oftentimes we are always looking for that variegated plant, and with PlantCon 2025 in Houston, Texas, just days away, I already know I will be featuring hours, and I say hours of PlantCon videos where I will showcase many variegated plants. But let's not forget about the green plants. They're the easiest plants to take care of, and for the most part, they're the most cost effective. And I'm just going to keep picking up some plants over here. There are a plethora of different types of Live Trend Design plants. These are magnificent in the sense that they're self-watering, and it's only for $14.95. So lots of value, lots of budget-friendly plants. That's why I recommend shopping at Lowe's, especially if you're going for a plant shopping excursion, because for the most part, at least in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, you will never really be disappointed with the selection of plants at big box stores like Lowe's. And you can even see here a Sansevieria or a snake plant. Love this, only for $14.95. Very budget-friendly plants. And when we talk about budget-friendly plants, I say within the range of $5 to $20 is budget-friendly. Anything above that, you're starting to go delve into your pockets a little bit more. Now, I did do an unboxing video of some Aglaonema from overseas. On average, those plants, somebody had asked me, range between $35 to $50, because you have to think about how they were shipped here. The shipping is included, so it is a little bit more costly to get plants from overseas, and this is a reason why we must go to Lowe's and actually do our plant shopping there. I mean, take a look at this Philodendron Moonlight, for instance. Beautiful plant. It's another one that I just am a huge fan of. The neon colored leaves, that yellow neon color is amazing. And remember, in order to maintain that coloration, you have to provide it with a lot of bright indirect light, but the leaves are stunning. They're perfect. And this is another easy care plant. We talk about easy care plant and going to the basics. A lot of big box stores don't really carry finicky plants except like calatheas and some other ones. I'm not 100% sure again what the plant name is for this plant. I'm in love with the planter though by Live Trends Design. This one was a plant I have sent to Plant Heaven twice. Therefore, I have kind of refrained from purchasing it again, but I will always consider buying an Aglaonema Silver Bay. And this is another classic Aglaonema, just like the Aglaonema Red Siam. The Aglaonema Silver Bay is phenomenal. It is another easy to care for plant. It is a very low light tolerant plant, drought tolerant plant, cost effective plant, one that's going to save you money. And these are one of my biggest recommendations for anybody that is going to be collecting houseplants. Add an Aglaonema Silver Bay. This plant will get fairly large as well, but it is another one that you can get many free plants from, because it continues to push out little baby pups that you can separate from the mother plant. So it's a very talented plant for sure. It's going to give you a lot of joy. And let's see what else we can find at this Lowe's location. I'm seeing that there is another philodendron that we don't often see, and I'm going to try to bring this out. This is a Philodendron Billitiae by Live Trends Design. So this has got that beautiful orange stem, and it's only for $19.98. Now, plant foldies following me on my shopping trip today, this is an example of a plant that is speaking to me. It is trying to get me to take it home. Unfortunately, I'm going to stick to my guns and not buy any plants today. I am really trying to go window plant shopping. So, but as far as this plant, I mean, this is a beautiful Philodendron Billitiae, and this plant used to be super expensive. I know that Proven Winners Leaf Joy, for instance, was the first really mainstream nursery to produce this out for big box stores. I love the fact that Live Trends Design is also now pushing this plant. So if you don't have a Philodendron Billitiae, definitely consider getting it, because it's still a pretty easy plant. I wish I could buy this, honestly, for $19.98, but it's really not within my budget right now. I have spent quite a bit of money on my pre-orders for PlantCon, probably a mortgage worth of plants, but I don't regret it. It is okay, and this is the reason why. Number one, I'm super thankful to all the plant foldies that have left a monetary tip, what you call a super sticker. So for those that are wanting to leave a monetary tip for any YouTube content creator, it really does go a long way. All you have to do is press the $ button and you can enter any amount. That definitely helps with the sustainability of my YouTube channel. I mentioned my YouTube membership tier. I did upload some new videos. You'll see more in-depth videos of my specific plants, my personal plant collection. So it's almost like a house plant tour, but I'm just kind of compartmentalizing it with more of my Aglaonema series, for instance, and whatnot. whatnot, feel free to join my YouTube membership tier again. It's only for $2.99. You can click the link that's pinned on my videos to join, or if you're watching this on a computer, just hit the join button. It is for the price of coffee. And I do repeat that because when you think about like the things that we spend in an instant, a cup of coffee is pretty instantly drank, versus a membership where you can really see a lot of my personal plant collection and just interact with other plant foldies. Now, let me get off of that blurb and go back to the plants. $15.98. This one is a Calathea orbifolia. Love this Calathea. This Calathea does not love me. I would not recommend it as a beginner plant. You really have to have high humidity levels. You need to be watering it with more distilled water to really keep it alive. Now, this is a plant I would recommend, another easy care plant. This is a Raven's Easy, Costa Farms trending tropical plant, $19.98 in a self-watering planter. Now, I have to ask plant foldies, do you have a lot of Costa Farms trending tropicals? Do you have a ZZ plant, or much less this gorgeous Monstera Peru? I love this one. I just love the fact that it's just got nice, beautiful, lush green foliage with beautiful textures. $19.98. You know, it is another plant that I would consider putting in my plant collection. But, you know, when I think about all of the plants that I have, the majority of them have really started to just be more so Aglaonema. I am not upset at that because I feel like a more curated houseplant collection is more meaningful in a sense that you can really enjoy the plants. When I actually filmed my membership only video of my Aglaonema 2-week update, I was just sitting there that morning and really just enjoying the foliage and looking at all of the nuances of the plant. So for that, on that note, I am just going to walk around here and continue to pick up some plants. Let me know in the comment section what you think, and let's enjoy window plant shopping, I would say, at this Lowe's location. There's just plenty of different types of plants to choose from. Love this. Love it for anybody that is going to be shopping at Lowe's, for instance, for just house plants. These are all of the Costa Farms plants right here, and you can see we've got a beautiful fern. This one is for $5.98 in a 3-inch planter. So the exotic angel plants at Costa Farms that Costa Farms sends out to Lowe's right now are retailing for either $8.98 for the 5-inch planters or $5.98 for the 3.5-inch planters. You can really start a plant collection by just relying on the Costa Farms exotic angel plants. You can see right over here, this is a Hydra helix. Say it with me, plant foldies, Hydra helix. This one is the Hedera helix, the correct way to say it, gold baby English ivy, and this one is one of my favorite English ivy for only $5.98. It is a stunner. I love the yellow variegation on it, and also the leaf shape. It really does remind me of like maple leaves, which is why I love Japanese maples. I just love the leaf structure. And then let's take a look at another Hydra helix. This one is another one. This one is the Bettina Ivy for $5.98. So we'll just continue to walk around and look at some of the selections that they have at this Lowe's location in terms of just plants from Costa Farms. We've looked at a lot of these exotic angel plants ranging from different types of crotons. This one is a batik croton by Costa Farms. It really does look like this particular plant is on fire. Love the colors. Some people are really not into crotons. I love them. They remind me of my home country, which is the Philippines, and these plants actually grow to be full-blown trees. They require quite a bit of light, and I think that that's what makes them a little bit more challenging in terms of a plant that's grown in the house is the lighting conditions. And as we continue to look at different types of plants to grow in an indoor space, let's be mindful about our lighting conditions. So going to this particular Lowe's location early in the morning, you can see that the sun is just rising, but these plants are already getting some really nice bright light. That is what you want to give your plants. That is the main source of energy for the plants. The more light you can possibly give a plant in terms of bright indirect light, you know, that filtered light, the better off the plant is going to be, especially when you're dealing with like a marble queen pothos. You'll get more white variegation out of it with more light. And you can see over here we have even more Costa Farms plants and urban jungle plants. This one is for $13.98. This is another Sansevieria. I think it's some type of bird's nest Sansevieria. Love the terracotta planter that's hand painted. The thing about urban jungle planters as compared to say Live Trends Design, urban jungle planters are really meant to be more of like a boho, more like hipster type look. Love it, but it's not necessarily my aesthetic. I do love the plants that Urban Jungle plants does push out to big box stores like Lowe's. And then you can see we've got more Costa Farms planters, more bromeliads. This one I believe is for $13.98. So I'm just going to pick this up and show you what it looks like. I do like the striping of this particular plant as well. Philodendron lemon lime is a beautiful one as well. This one is a climber, so you're going to need to give it some type of moss pole, bamboo stake, or something for it to attach, and it will give you larger leaves as it continues to climb up. That's one thing that I want everybody to really revisit, is the fact that we need to know what the natural growth habit is for a plant, whether it is a climber, if it's a trailer, or a crawler. Now this one right here is an Epipremnum alplisimum silver streak pothos. This one is also a climber, and this one is for, I believe, $15.98. This is an easy to care for plant. I love the silver streaks of this particular plant, and it used to be uncommon. Now it's going to be more readily available. I've seen this plant actually sold at Walmart under Garden Expert for as low as $9.97. So, you know, comparing and contrasting plant pricing is a must if you're trying to save money, and especially if you're managing your finances and making sure you're sticking to your budget. Over here is another large Boston fern, or some type of fern right here, for $20.98 in an 8-inch hanging basket. Look at those leaves, super lush and full, and that is just exciting to see that is available at this Walmart, or actually not Walmart, this Lowe's. You see how I mix up all of these big box stores? Because I'm literally in a big box store almost every day. This one is a Pixie Lime Peperomia, beautiful plant. It's another one I've been really thinking about getting into my plant collection, but you know, I've really much decided that I'm just going to be really collecting Aglaonema. So hopefully, plant foldies, you're not getting tired of me talking about Aglaonemas, because they are a staple in terms of my personal houseplant collection. I'm going to have more videos on the YouTube membership tier featuring my houseplants, so definitely check out that tier, look at that comment section, and if you want to join my YouTube membership tier. And then over here we have a Ficus Bellus, or a variegated creeping fig. Beautiful plant for only $13.98. I am not as big of a fan about plants with just smaller foliage. I really like the round, robust leaves, but needless to say, if you like that different type of texture where it's a trailing plant, you can get yourself a Ficus Bellus. And then let's spin around here and see what else we have in terms of plants that are available for purchase. This one is a Dieffenbachia for $15.98 in a self-watering planter. You know, Dieffenbachias look very similar to Aglaonemas, but let's be mindful that they do need a lot of bright light and they require more consistent watering. This is a Monstera deliciosa right here, juvenile form with a little bit of fenestrations for $19.98. And I absolutely love the Live Trends design planter. Same thing with this Homolomena Shelby, beautiful Live Trends design planter. It's very modern, and that one is only for $19.98. We're now looking at this Epipremnum aureum global green pothos. This is a Costa Farms trending tropical plant for only $19.98. It's a really great looking plant. It's very healthy looking. You can already take cuttings from this and propagate it. And that's the beauty about pothos plants, is you can take cuttings and get more free plants. And whenever you acquire free plants, you're saving money. Now over here are just some Phalaenopsis orchids, and we're going to continue to just walk around and see what else they have available at this Lowe's. Take a look at this Epipremnum aureum pearls and jade pothos by Live actually not live trends design, sorry, urban jungle plants. You can see that there is a little bit of reversion. Some of the vines have turned green. It's becoming more of a jade pothos. And then as we spin around here, there's going to be an entire aisle dedicated to mostly Costa Farms trending tropical plants. So let's start by taking a look at this, though. This one is not a Costa Farms plant. It is one of my favorite pothos, actually, for $20.98. This one is actually not at $20.98. This one is only for $15.98. This is a urban jungle hanging ceramic basket of pothos plants, neon pothos plants. And then what else do we have over here? Plant foldies. Look at this. We've got a philodendron painted lady. So when you talk about more philodendrons making it to a big box store, this is an example of a big box store like Lowe's that carries lots of rare and uncommon philodendrons. I would even use the word rare anymore for plants because plants are just readily available. You can go to a grocery store now and find philodendron painted ladies because Costa Farms is everywhere. And that's the thing about Costa Farms plants. They make it readily available for you to get some of these hard to get plants from years back. For instance, this Epipremnum aureum global green pothos. This is a really good specimen right over here for $19, not $20, $19.98. It is another budget-friendly plant. If you're a fan of Costa Farms trending tropical plants, let me know in the comments section which ones are you a fan of, because if you see right here, we have found some Monstera Thai constellations, Costa Farms Monstera Thai constellations for $29.98 in a 6-inch self-watering planter. So here's the thing about Monstera Thai constellations. They used to be everybody's wish list plant about 5 years ago. Now Walmart carries them as well, but now Costa Farms has a new release of just Monstera Thai constellations. Some of them have better variegation than others, but I will say Monstera Thai constellations are still, they've still got some stable variegation, so it's never going to just fully become green. I will say that lighting conditions will impact some of the variegation. So the more bright indirect light you give it, the more variegation it could potentially push out. That's not always guaranteed, but I've seen higher levels of light impact variegation. And you know, Monstera Thai constellation, that is a classic variegated plant that everybody should have in their plant collection. The thing about Monstera Thai constellations is that they do get fairly large. This one probably has the best variegation. So you're going to have to plan for when this plant grows, and it's actually a pretty fast grower once it's established. Now in its juvenile or infancy stages like this, it is more susceptible to root rot. So just make sure you are not overwatering your Monstera Thai constellation. Again, this is for $29.98. Are more variegated plants, more variegated philodendron. This is a philodendron ring of fire, and this is another philodendron that used to be uber rare. This one was one that I wanted to buy, but it was several $100s, and now you can go to Lowe's and buy this plant for only $19.98 thanks to Costa Farms. And you know, Costa Farms, like I said, again, some people have their opinions about a video that recently surfaced about the Costa Farms problems. All I'm going to say is, again, you guys really have to look at all of what you're reading online, what you're seeing online, and make sure that you see both sides of the story. There is a little bit of controversy on it, but what I always tell people is try to maintain that good vibes only. Don't jump to conclusions about a certain video, because here's the thing. And I'll even utilize myself as an example. There are people, when I first started mentioning how I wanted to stay faceless, how they were just judging me because they were saying, oh, Richie is trying to hide something, X, Y, and Z. No, I just want to separate my social media presence aside from my everyday life. It's the same thing with maybe people that create opinions about people that they may not know. So I always urge people, and this is just a running conversation I have that I will have in all of my plant shopping videos, is let's not jump to conclusions about a certain individual, a certain company, a certain business until we fully navigate all of the facts and we fully navigate what they have to say, because editing is easily created. You can create your own narrative through editing. And I'm not saying that any of the concerns that were brought up are not something that we need to be concerned about, because at the end of the day, everybody needs to be treated fairly. But at the same time, to just throw rocks at people and say that they're boycotting X, Y, and Z, I respect your opinion, but like I said again, I have been misjudged in the past, both on social media and also in real life, and I can understand how certain people can't always defend themselves. And I know that I mentioned this in maybe the last 2 to 3 videos, and the reason being is I do a lot of big box store plant shopping videos. I show a lot of Costa Farms plants. I buy a lot of Costa Farms plants in addition to, and don't try to jump to conclusions, I also support local small businesses like PETA's Planters and many local vendors out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. All I'm saying is, let's not be so judgmental and let's just celebrate the plants. Any concerns that we have, we need to just take it directly to whoever it may be. But when I just watch some of those videos, and I'm just like, gosh, it's that easy these days to create content and put out a narrative. And if that's how somebody really wants to be passionate about sharing their truth, then I applaud them and I support them. But let's always be out there, be very diligent about having an open mind. And maybe I'm opening a rabbit's hole by just even having commentary, but that's part of content creation. Everybody is entitled to having their space to where they can speak their truth. So going back to the plants, however, plant foldies, can you just see that this particular Lowe's location just has so many plants? Now, if you're in the DFW market, I would recommend taking a trip out here. It is definitely worth your time to go to this particular Lowe's location, because not only do they have all of these plants, they're organized fairly well. I would say that there's this one random rack here, but for the most part, you're still seeing cost-effective, budget-friendly plants like this one right here. This is a Philodendron Birkin for only $15.98 by Lo and Behold, Costa Farms plants again. Now let's talk about this beautiful philodendron right here. I'm not 100% sure if this is a philodendron black cardinal, but look at the dark foliage. Dark foliage to me is a very elegant looking aesthetic, and with Live Trends design, this one is only for $19.98. Really love the look of this plant right here. And with these philodendrons, for the most part, they are easy to care for plants, ones that I would recommend. And then you can see right over here, this is another 6-inch hanging basket. This is a green Jula pothos, and what I appreciate about the green Jula pothos is it does have some interesting green on green variegation. It typically has rounder leaves, and this one is for $16.98. I do prefer the 6-inch hanging baskets as compared to the 8-inch ones. The 8-inch ones just seem to be a little bit heavy, and I don't really want to drill a lot of holes on my ceiling. But you can see over here, this is another beautiful marble queen pothos. And as far as pothos plants, so I talked about really curating my plant collection to be more of Aglaonemas. I don't mind having pothos in my plant collection because for the most part, they are very easy care plants, and we all need easy care plants. Now, this is a new development by Costa Farms. So Philodendron Pink Princess used to be a trending tropical plant. At least that's their line. It used to be $19.98, but look at this. Now they have beautiful Philodendron Pink Princess for $15.98 in self-watering planters. So I love the fact that, yep, it is $15.98. You can now get a Philodendron Pink Princess from Costa Farms for $15.98. Now with Philodendron Pink Princess, like this one's actually a pretty good looking one. There are many different variegation lines of Philodendron Pink Princess. I will say that the majority of Philodendron Pink Princess you will find are going to be mostly tissue cultured plants, and that's something that I haven't really delved into during my big box or plant shopping videos, but the majority of these plants that you are seeing have been derived from tissue culture plants. It's a lot faster to produce as compared to just the chop and prop method, although I would say a lot of Costa Farms plants are still chop and prop as well. I can't speak on which plants are tissue cultured, but I'm assuming that the Philodendron Pink Princess ones are going to be tissue cultured plants. And then over here, it's interesting. We have a Costa Farms plant. This is a Dracaena Sandriana in an urban jungle terracotta planter. Beautiful planter, and there's just so much greenery at this Lowe's location. So I urge anybody that is a local plant foldie to come out to this location. This is the one right next to George Bush Tollway. This is right off of Preston Road in West Plano, Texas. And then $17.98 we have a combination planter. This is a Lowe's exclusive where they have Costa Farms creating these combination planters. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of these. Now, if it was a bunch of Aglaonema in a combination planter, I would totally buy it any day. And then you can see over here some more Live Trends Design planters. Love the hanging baskets from Live Trends Designs. They're a little bit smaller, but I love the curated look beyond just the size of the hanging basket. And then you can see right here some more Live Trends Design. This one is an Enjoy. No, actually, yeah, it's an Enjoy Pothos. I'm assuming it's an Enjoy Pothos with the sculpture of David's face on it. This is a very quirky looking planter. I wouldn't necessarily put it in my plant collection, but you can see the very healthy looking Philodendron Hederaceum Brazil. Now these are for $15.98. So it's an interesting looking planter. You know, there are some novelty planters like this, and I love the fact that Live Trends Design delves into that. It's not just all modern contemporary looks. They do have something a little bit quirky like this. So plant foldies, we're going to continue to walk through and check out some plants. Like I said again, it is always fun to just go window plant shopping. Not to say that I want you guys to not buy plants, because clearly we need to buy up these plants. For instance, this Hydra Helix, this one is for $5.98, and you know, there's never a shortage of English ivy at a big box store. You're always going to find English ivy, specifically from Costa Farms. And I'm trying to think of other nurseries that actually provide English ivy. I don't really see any urban jungle plants providing English ivies, much less Live Trends Design. So it's really Costa Farms that is leading the pack when it comes to English ivy. The only thing about English ivy, again, is those Hedera Helix are spider mite magnets. And we're just going to go ahead and take a little gander over here. You can see that this Lowe's location has these wide windows. So all of these plants are going to be living their best life. And here is another trending tropicals plant by Costa Farms. This one is a Monstera Cobra, or what you call the Monstera Stadliana. And let's see what else I can pick up over here. Lots of beautiful plants, and this one is gorgeous. This one is a Philodendron Golden Crocodile. You can see that this is a serrated leaf philodendron. This one has actually gotten very good lighting, and I can tell this because look at that golden color of this philodendron. The new leaf has actually come out as a serrated blade, and I love it. $19.98. Now, if I were to buy a plant today, this would definitely be the plant I would buy hands down. I mean, would you agree? This is a stunning plant. I love serrated philodendrons. You know, you have the Philodendron Ring of Fire, Philodendron Pluto. We have the Philodendron Golden Crocodile. We have the Philodendron Caramel Marble, which is really the most elusive, most expensive one, but that is one of my wish list smallest plants. Philodendrons in general, especially those serrated philodendrons, tend to be the easier plants to take care of. And I'm going to go ahead and give some more love to the Aglaonema red Siam. Look at the pink stems, $15.98. And I speak with a lot of passion when it comes to Aglaonema because I truly believe if I can utilize this platform to actually create more awareness, get people excited about Aglaonemas, maybe I won't be that odd person that goes to like a plant show, like say PlantCon 2025. And when people ask me what my favorite plant is, I talk about an Aglaonema and I'm just getting this like baffled look. So hopefully you guys will buy an Aglaonema red Siam, or we should just buy these two Philodendron Golden Crocodiles. Like, I would actually go back to this Lowe's location. In hindsight, I do kind of regret not purchasing it, but I already have a Philodendron Golden Crocodile, and you can see that there are speckles of different Philodendron Golden Crocodiles. And take a look at this Urban Jungle planter, $24.98. This is another new terracotta planter right here. Really love the painted look. It definitely does give it a more handcrafted vibe. And this one is a Philodendron Prince of Orange, maybe. Feel free to leave in the comment section if I don't have the right plant ID. But, to say that this Lowe's location is in stock would be, a catastrophe, because it definitely is. And to say that we don't find rare or uncommon philodendrons at big box stores, this Lowe's location definitely proves us wrong, because we are seeing some amazing philodendrons. I mean, we've seen a Philodendron Pink Princess, we've seen Monstera Thai Constellation, variegated plants, and beautiful Epipremnum aureum global green pothos, $19.98. Like, I could definitely collect all of the trending tropical plants by Costa Farms. Can you tell that I am definitely a fan of Costa Farms plants? And the reason being is it's more readily accessible for anybody that loves plants, for anybody that is looking for budget-friendly plants. And I really do love the interactions I've had with the Costa Farms team. I love that they have a Q&A session that they have on their Instagram. So if you're not following Costa Farms, definitely follow them. And then also I wanted to shout out Plant Foldy, or actually Super Plant Foldy David. He sent me some amazing unboxing videos, or at least not videos, but pictures of his Costa Farms online purchase. So thank you for sharing that, David. And David, again, thank you for bringing joy to other plant foldies by getting them a random YouTube membership gift. Now, as far as this Aglaonema red Siam, this would be a gift for myself if I were to have bought this. This would be another plant between the Aglaonema red Siam that I picked up and this one. I would buy both of them. These are only for $15.98, but look at the beautiful coloration. Love the pink stems, and I just hope that every single plant foldie that has watched my videos will consider buying this plant and putting it into your plant collection. I feel like that is the rite of passage when you become a diehard GrowFold subscriber, is to pick up an Aglaonema red Siam. It is the mascot for my YouTube channel. I could choose another more exotic or rare Aglaonema, like the Aglaonema Golden Hope, Aglaonema Lotus Delight, Aglaonema Crown of Siam. But to me, what embodies this big box or plant shopping YouTube channel is the accessibility, the budget friendly, the not so intimidating plants that we see. And I really hope that this content does give you guys an open space, a safe space where we can just look at plants. You can listen to me talk all day, because I love to talk, and I love those interactions that we have with the plant foldie community. If you were to watch my videos from about a year ago, when I first started doing big box or plant shopping videos, I would literally just tell you all the plant care tips and the prices of the plants. Like, I mean, this one right here, Philodendron White Knight. This one is another gorgeous philodendron that I would definitely add to my plant collection, because look at this. Look at that variegation. This is a prime example of a gorgeous specimen of a plant, a variegated philodendron at a big box store for only $19.98. And Costa Farms is really one of the main nurseries that make these plant prices affordable. And that's the reason why, you know, as far as anything in terms of me saying something negative about Casa Farms, I really couldn't say that because number one, I'm not really involved in whatever, you know, controversy that some content may have created or, you know, some of those concerns. What I do know is we can go to a big box store like Lowe's and look at these plants right over here, Philodendron Birkin, and then you can see that this Philodendron Birkin is actually reverting because you can see that there's more green, larger leaves. But look at this sea of Aglaonema red siams. Like, should we do an Aglaonema red siam giveaway for some plant foldies? Let me know in the comment section below. And what do you guys think about these specific Aglaonema red siams and even these Philodendron Birkins? But I am just kind of arranging everything and just picking up these Aglaonema red siams because they're beautiful. $15.98. Please leave in the comment section if you have an Aglaonema red siam. Please leave in the comment section if you do not have an Aglaonema red siam and why do you not have one. These are gorgeous plants. I talk about them all the time. I will continue to talk about them all the time, and hopefully my efforts to talk about them all the time will get you to buy an Aglaonema red siam. Like this one right here has gotten some really good sun stressing. You see that the leaves are just fabulous, and with that you know, morning sun coming up with the sun rising, I just feel like today's video has some really good lighting, some really good early morning lighting. Now, we're going to go spin around here and just take a look at some of these alocasias and other plants by Urban Jungle, as well as some of these hanging basket plants. Feel free to leave in the comment section what you think. I just know that these Alocasia cupreas for only $13.95 is an amazing price. And look at this beautiful planter as well by Urban Jungle Plants. I just wish between Costa Farms plants, Live Trends Design plants, and Urban Jungle plants, one of these nurseries should really set the trend and start getting into Aglaonemas, really sourcing out some of these more colorful Aglaonemas that you can find from Indonesia. And again, if you haven't actually seen my most recent unboxing from Green Spaces ID, definitely check it out. You can see that I found some amazing Aglaonema, and I just recently posted a members only video of my Aglaonema 2-week update of some of my personal plants, where I really take in-depth you know, video of them, give you some commentary, and also some of my plant care tips. So that's the reason why I have talked about, you know, that YouTube membership tier. I really want to make it something special where if you become a super plant foldy, you have more access to my personal plants, because I have, and I've already told people this in some of the live premiere chats, I have more than 100 different varieties of Aglaonema. And wait till you see my PlantCon 2025 haul of some really cool, colorful plants. You already know, I don't even have to say what plants I have, but stay tuned for that. And I even have some more plants that I'm getting in the mail for that. So lots to see and lots to really access once you become a YouTube membership tier. But anyways, going back to these plants, you can see this is a Peperomia Ginny. This one is actually sun stressed because when it's sun stressed, it gives you that pink outline or margin, and the more light you give it, the more sun stressing it gets, the pinker this particular Peperomia is. This is another plant that I would say is overlooked and underrated when you start comparing them to definitely like anthuriums. So let's talk about anthuriums as I do big box or plant shopping videos. There are not many anthuriums in production for big box stores. The only ones I've seen are the Anthurium Dock Block Michelle's at Home Depot. But in terms of all the other anthuriums, the only one you'll see is literally the blooming anthurium, which I love as well. Now, I do want to highlight some of these bonsai right here. These are for $29.98. I would say these bonsai still need a little bit more work when it comes to styling. I ended up buying a Chinese elm actually as a pre-bonsai at another Lowe's location. It will be a separate video where I transform it and wire it and style it to become a full-blown bonsai. But again, plant foldies, as you can see right here, this is a super full Lowe's location. And hopefully I can continue to get you guys some more content throughout the week. I do have to work on Sunday. I am off on Saturday, so I'll hopefully be able to produce some plants. And then this is another Aglaonema. This is an Aglaonema electric lime. Beautiful plant. I love the white stems. White stem Aglaonema is fabulous, and that is only for $15.98. We've got some easy care plants over there, some Sansevierias, and then I'm just gonna spin around here as I wrap up my plant shopping excursion with y'all today. Just gonna show you a couple more shots of this gorgeous Lowe's location. It is one that is worth the drive. It is a little bit longer for me to get to this Lowe's location. It's about a 35-40 minute drive depending on traffic. If you've enjoyed today's video and want more content, definitely join my YouTube membership tier, and please make sure you are pressing the thumbs up or like button for this video. This is Richie at Growfolds. I hope you guys will actually hit the subscribe button with all the notification bell on. Lots of brand new content headed your way in the next couple of days, and hopefully you guys will check out the videos on the screen as well.